Now, I know you have a lot of experience with programmatic. This is the part for those who either work in agencies or for companies who use agency services. Can you tell us anything new about programmatic or what you discovered using programmatic a lot for those huge clients that you are servicing at your day-to-day job?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the programmatic space, it's kind of kicked off in 2010 around that time, and it was a shift from contextual buying to audience-based buying. So instead of buying websites and assuming that people that go to a specific website about cars are right now interested in motor oil or some sort of a car part, you're making the assumption that that's what they're looking for now because they're in a car site. But with programmatic, what the change was is that you're buying the audience. You're buying people that are in market for those car parts. So if they happen to be on Kijiji.com or some Google property or a blog TO, then that's where you find them because they're looking for that specific product. So that's what happened with. I think that's the promise of programmatic. In the changes, I think have been across the industry, most recently with ITP, the departure from cookies and the more privacy regulations that I think are issued across brands, which I think it's a good thing. You should be able to personalize your ads. You should be able to have visibility on how you share your data, and that's the piece that now has to be incorporated in anything that we do programmatically. And also the important part is also that there's been a big shift towards the way you bid. There's some new products that have come out, which, for example, Display and Video 360, Google has a product called custom bidding, or outcome-based bidding as they call it. So you're able to bid beyond a specific conversion. So it's not a conversion point. You bid and assign different values, let's say, along your conversion funnel. So if you have an application start, completion, if you have e-commerce engine and a build and price tool, let's say on your website, and there's different points assigned for if you pick different color of the car, a minivan, or anything like that, you could feed in all that information into Google or the other DSPs that are offering similar products, and you can bid based on those specific outcomes, which is pretty powerful, and it's more. Exactly, and it's becoming way more intelligence in terms of you don't bid on a specific point or a proxy, you bid exactly on what you want. Like if you want to serve an ad to a person that's buying or is more prone to buy a red car with specific tires and a specific upgrade package for like some new model, that's where your funds are going and you can control them a little bit more. So I think the programmatic space is becoming really interesting with the way we can bid now and the way we can change the bidding models, and also the way we can ingest different audiences from across. We can work with all these different publishers, find different triggers, signals, and audiences, and consolidate them within one programmatic DSP. So I think a lot of things have changed, and there's a lot more levers to pull now to achieve the client's goal. So that's very interesting.
Yeah, and test and measure and make data-driven decisions. Totally.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you always have to make decisions based on the maximum amount of data that you have. If you have data, and similar to what I said about the courses, actually, if you have data about who is your visitor, who has issue with a specific section in the course, like that's your first-party data. You have just created it for yourself. And if you have more than 1,000 or 2,000 people, that's a pretty good sample to make, directional decisions. And you can take that data and use it to do something, more beneficial for your clients or to improve their experience. And I think a lot of companies, even Canada, have done it, and they've done some amazing user experiences in their apps. Or in their product. So, there's a lot is being changed and done. And I think that, the digital world is adapting fairly fast.
Yeah, and I think that's an important conversation because more and more I hear about the importance of data, but now it takes the shape because with the COVID situation, everything has been digitized and digitalized. So you
Yeah.
can't avoid that. Even brand marketers and strategic people like me have to be able to understand the data and at least find those people who can explain that in layman terms for us, because if you don't invest in data, you make wrong decisions and you pay for that afterwards. So that's the question of how
Exactly.
credible marketing can be and actually should be in the future.